What's going on, folks? So in the previous video we removed the water-cooled cylinder head, and in this video we're going to go ahead and remove the cylinder, or the jug as you call it. I did have a little bit of issues with some cameras. One of the cameras a little darker than I'd like, but I also tried to speed this process up as much as possible. It's about 2 hours of recording, and I try to cut it down to about 20 minutes. So there is going to be some speed ups and some cutting, but hopefully it all makes sense for you guys. So let's see what we can do here. So I'm going to undo these two bolts here. Now I'm running the Oddball ORV aftermarket intake that takes a high flow air intake, or an Oddball ORV intake adapter that accepts a high flow air filter. Now there is a caveat with that. These filters, you got to be careful with them. The thing about them is that they do flow a lot of air, and if you don't jet your engine correctly and account for that extra air, you can run into a lean condition. Now, the reason this engine blew up, I don't believe, was because of I was running lean. It was well overdue for. It was overdue for getting rebuilt, anyways. I've actually run this setup for a couple of years now and had really good success. Lots of power. The other thing I like about it, it removes this whole air box that used to be here, and it just kind of opens things up, gives a little bit more airflow and everything. So. Not everybody wants to do that, that's fine, but I really like this setup. So I'm just going to grab some paper towels. If I'd been smart, I would have given this thing a bath before I started turning into it. There's just a lot of sand and grime all over the place. But we'll work with what we got. Okay. There's our air intake. That over with our parts. All right, and I am running a Smart Carb SE2 smart carburetor. I really like this. It's really easy to change the jetting on it, and it does it automatically for you based off your altitude and stuff like that. So it just takes a lot of the guesswork out of your carburetor jetting and everything. And so it is a bit of an investment, but I think it's a really well worth upgrade. So I got to get a different screw head there, or socket to undo that. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove that guy. Gotta find the right size. That's probably a 1/4 inch. 9/32. So I'm going to stick paper towel right down in the bottom here. When I get ready to take it out, just try and prevent stuff from falling in there. Okay, there's carburetor. I need to rotate this very gently. Okay. Now, even though I'm having the cylinder rebuilt, I'm still going to go ahead and put something in here just to prevent anything from jamming in there. So the bolts that I got to get to that made all this necessary, they're way down here. I'm trying to take a look. So I can get to that one there. That works. And I think I can get to that one there. So I think we're just about ready. So what I'm gonna do is get a wrench. I'm gonna come over onto this side. Take a look at this camera. Make sure we got something here. Okay, to remove the cylinder, there's 4 bolts. And they're down here. So I can figure out what size they're 16 millimeter maybe? Maybe it's 14. Yeah, it's 14. This bolt here is the easiest and cleanest one, so let's try it. Just to make sure there's no secrets to it. So I got to get a little bit of leverage on this.
Okay folks, so the bolts here were really seized, and I was trying to use some leverage to get them loosened up and just trying to go back and forth and everything. Wasn't having a whole lot of luck. What I ended up doing is just using some WD-40 on it and letting it soak overnight. I went ahead and just sped up the video through this period. You can see kind of what I'm doing, but overall it's kind of boring because I'm not making any progress. So a little bit of WD-40, soaked it, came back the next day, and that's where we're going to pick up the video clip.
Alright guys, so took a little bit of a break. I soaked these bolts in WD-40 and given it a little bit of time to soak in. I know there's other better penetrating oils and everything, but WD-40 is what I had. So I was able to actually free up this this one over here, which is pretty nice. And so I'm going to try and do this other one over here. Let's see if we can get it to go. Very important that you have this thing on so it doesn't round the bolt off. There she goes. Sucker's tight. Okay. Let's see if we can get into this one. So, all the way down here is one. Doesn't leave us a lot of space. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to remove the intake manifold here. That'll give us better access to those bolts. So it's an 8mm. I got it on a long extension. Just makes it easier to get in there. I don't know how many I'm going to be able to get loose. Okay, at this point you should be able to just pull this off. Your intake manifold. Alright, so hopefully it gets us a little bit better access to that one bolt. Let's see if we can get in there. So 14. Yeah, that might do it. Oh, for lack of a better cheater bar here, it's just not quite the right angle. may have to wait a little bit longer on that one. We're gonna see if we can get the one on this side. I got a better angle on this one, believe it or not. This is the fourth bolt. Couldn't get the third one quite yet next to the gas tank. This is on the clutch side, obviously. Oh, she's tight. There we go. She's coming, so to speak. All right, number 2. All right, just one left to go. The hardest one apparently. They got no angle on it. Not really sure what I'm gonna do. A nice big cheater bar would be nice. The problem is, I don't got enough pull on it. I might have got lucky. Oh yeah. Thinking some anti-seize on this would be well suggested. All right, that's what we're after. 3 more of those. All right, so we got 2 of the bolts out. Just got 2 more. Already got these things loose, thankfully. Just this one down here. Just gonna turn little by little. Now, I'm not entirely sure this is gonna work. I may still have to remove the exhaust pipe, which would suck. All right, number 4. All right, number 4. Now, again, uncharted territory. Well, it's loose. There she goes. Let's take a look. So looking at our piston, it would appear that disintegrated right there. Interesting, there's no ring back here. I'm not sure if that was that way or not. bearing feels nice and good. You can have a little bit of side to side. I suppose that's normal. What you don't want is for it to go up and down. And looking at everything in there, I'll have to get a little close up later. I'm not sure what you guys can see with stuff in the way. So here's our piston ring. All right, I'm gonna move things over to the workbench and we'll take a look at the cylinder head together. Clearly that's pretty bad. See how it's scored up pretty bad right there. We'll see what the machining can do. There is I mean, it's kind of hard to tell because my fingers are so dirty, but I just feel like there's some oil there. So anyways, we'll kind of put this up and kind of wrap this video up. So there was a question of whether there was oil or not on the piston, and looking at this, there does seem to be some oil. It is a little sticky. There's a little. So I don't know if that was old gas. I do know that the gas in the machine was about 6 months old, maybe closer to 5 months old, but probably pushing it. Looking at that side, that's what the piston looks like. Definitely all chewed up. Hard to say what's going on down there. Hopefully everything's good. Was not intending to take the entire motor out. I'm not certain if that's... well, I got it this far out, I might as well probably still do it, so. So just a quick little update. Managed to take the piston out, and it looks like I'm going to have to do a little bit of fishing expedition here. Clearly, I'm missing a good chunk of my piston here. So that means we're going to have to dig into the bottom of this thing. I got my towel there. I'll take that out. So I'm going to have to go fishing in here, see if I can find where those metal chunks are. I was hoping to not have to take the engine entirely out of the machine, but considering what's going on here with this, I may end up doing it just to make sure that I get everything fished out. So anyways, I'm headed up to CW Racing up in Campbell tonight. We'll be dropping everything off and get him started on his end and start probably continue working on getting this thing torn out so I can get in the bottom end and try and fish out all this leftover metal. So anyways, that's what I got. All right guys, everything is wrapped up here, and we'll catch you in the next video. Take care.